Hello, my name's Matthew, and in this video I'll be showing you how to install the CMS software on a Windows Server 2016 environment. The first step required to install the CMS software is obtain a copy of the Jadu installer from either the project management team or the support team via a support ticket. The installer is called install.jadu.exe. Double-click install.jadu.exe and you'll be prompted with an installation wizard. Select Next, and my advice would be to run Advanced Install, as this gives you greater ability to configure your environment. Select Next. On this screen, Jadu requires two bits of information. It needs to know the php.ini location and the php executable location. Select the prompt here and enter the path to your PHP location. In my case, PHP is currently located in C, Program Files, PHP. As the file name has already been populated, you can select Open and the path will be updated in the wizard. Do the same for the executable and select Next. The next screen is informing you that two applications will be installed alongside the CMS software. These applications are required for the CMS to run, and you do not need to do anything. On this screen, just select Next. This screen in the Jadu wizard is prompting you to enter in database server details. In Server, enter the hostname or IP address of the server where your MS SQL instance is hosted. In my case, it will be Jadu-DB. Port will be used if the MS SQL instance is hosted on a separate server to where the installation is being ran. In my case, it is locally hosted on the same server, but if it was remote, you would enter port 1433, and you would need to ensure that any firewalls that sit between the two servers allow this port. The username I'm going to be using is SA. The installation requires a local SA account to run. However, after the installation, Jadu no longer requires this account, therefore it can be temporary and removed if not in use. Enter the password for the SA account and the name of your Jadu database. In this instance, I'll be calling the Jadu database Jadu. Select Next and you'll be presented with Database Account. This section of the wizard is to create the Jadu username and password, which will be used to connect to the MS SQL database created during the installation process. I'm going to keep Jadu user, and I can enter in a password if I have a specific password policy, or I can just select Next and it will randomize the password automatically. Select Next and you'll be presented with Galaxy site details. This is similar to the previous screen where it's setting up two users for Galaxy site management and Galaxy site creation. Again, I can change the username and passwords if required, but in this instance, I'll keep them the same. Select Next, and you'll see the screen for domain setup. Here you'll enter two items, the site domain and SMTP server. For the purposes of this demo, the site domain will be www.jaduinstall.co.uk, and the SMTP server is going to be localhost. Select Next and you'll be presented with IIS accounts. Here you define the IIS user and the internet guest account. No changes are required here, therefore select Next. The next screen is regarding the service user. The service user is used for scheduled tasks that the Jadu application relies on. In this instance, the service username is going to be Jadu_SVC, and this will be created as a local account on the web server. Again, you can define the password if you have a specific password policy in place, otherwise you can select Next. Here, you'll select the path where you want the Jadu file system to be installed. In this demo, I'll be installing the file system to d inetpub www.root/Jadu. Select Install. A pop-up will enter the screen for the IIS URL rewrite module. you simply need to accept the terms and select Install. Select Finish. The Jadu installation is now complete. Select Next and you'll be prompted with completing the Jadu setup wizard. There will be two tick boxes, one to open up the Jadu site and one to open up a file that contains the passwords that were used during the installation process. Select Finish. My new website is being presented to me here, and I need to enter in a few details before I can access the control center. The site name will be Demo, and we'll hit Save. We'll then enter a username, which will be Admin, and we'll select a password. We'll then select Save. Enter the username and password here to access the control center. Congratulations, your CMS is now installed.